Hey, what's up, everyone? Jarrett Neely here with the Bass and Bros. Today we're going to be talking about tackle organization. I'm going to go over how I organize my tackle here in the garage. Then we're going to go outside to the boat and we're going to show you how I organize my tackle for a day of fishing. Stay tuned, guys. This is going to be a good one. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about tackle organization. We're going to start here in the garage, then we're going to move out to the boat. I'm going to show you how I organize for a day out in the water. But starting here in the garage, guys, I have my tackle wall here behind me. I keep most of my frequently used baits here, like my Kitex, Fit Baits, some Gary Yamamoto Senkos, some Powerbait Max Scent, Z-Man, some other miscellaneous soft plastics. But I'll keep everything that I use on pretty much a daily basis stocked up on the wall here. I'm running pretty low, but I'll have to put an order in here soon. But yeah, like I said, this is where I'm going to be putting all my baits that I use most frequently. So, and then moving over here, guys, I use this rack system here every time I go fishing. I come back, I take everything out of the boat, and I put it on this rack here. I open up the boxes that get wet, allow it to dry out. You'll keep your baits, your hooks, everything in a lot better shape, and you'll save yourselves a lot of money. So, like I said, guys, I know it could be a pain, but if you have the availability to do something like this, I definitely recommend it. You'll be saving yourself a lot of money and a lot of hassle of throwing out hooks and baits just because they get rusty from leaving them in the boat all wet and whatnot. So, definitely give this a try if you can. And we're going to go over just quickly here kind of what soft plastics I put in hard boxes, these little 3600 size Flambeau boxes, and what soft plastics I'll keep in Rubbermaids and some KVD speed bags here. And also some Z-Man binders, which are empty, but I'll show you why they're empty. But that's a little trick for the boat. But all right, guys, like I said, the plastics that I put in 3600 size boxes here are going to be the ones that are not in clamshells and do not have a lot of scent. Anything that has a lot of scent, obviously you're going to be taken away from that bait if you take it out of its original packaging, like the Powerbait Max Scent drop shot worms or the General Senkos. They have a very strong scent to them, so those I will always leave in the pack. Along with like your Strike King KVD plastics, because they always have that coffee scent to them. But like I said, the plastics I will put in these containers here, it's a good example, are like tubes. Tubes, guys, they're salted. Salted will eventually warp your plastic, but I'm okay with that. But tubes do not deform. They stay in pretty good shape in these boxes. So here I stay pretty simple with the colors. I have my green pumpkins. I have them in a finesse fat type tube here, your regular size 3-inch tubes, and then also a finesse thinner tube here. And again, like I said, your green pumpkins, like your smoke purple, whites, and some watermelon. Guys, and I'll do this for let me see here, like we got some flipping baits, some easy shiners. I will do it with the easy shiners just because they do not come in a clamshell. Unlike my 2.8s, my 3.3 fats, they come in clamshells. So what I'll do with those is, my favorite way is I take these KVD speed bags. These KVD speed bags are nice. This is a smaller version. It holds about 10 packs of the 3.3s, which is mainly the size I throw in a Kitech. So I'll hold about 10 packs here. Let's see if I can fold it open for you. guys, I'll hold about 10 packs here. Again, carry my basic colors: your French Pearl, Bluegill Flash, some Green Pumpkin, Scoby. That covers most of the situations I'll need here fishing in the Northeast Pennsylvania area. Like I said, those are the colors I mostly use up here, and also black. Another go-to. But that's how I'll store my Keitech swim baits in these 36 or these KVD speed bags. All right, guys, moving on. My TRDs, my Z-Man, I keep in these Rubbermaids, and I will show you why when we get out to the boat. I have a lot of Z-Man stuff and I mean, they make a ton of different kind of TRDs and plastics, and they're all great. And of course, we want them all in the boat with us at the same time, but I'll show you my trick to how I organize them in the boat. But like I said, I keep them here in these Rubbermaids. So I have my Z-Man swim baits and the new goats, which are pretty cool. I'll show you those. Then I have all my Z-Man TRDs here in this bottom container. And then I'll have a container with my drop shot baits. And then I have one with my crawls, chunks, beavers. And then my finesse worms also I keep here in a KVD speed bag. Another interesting thing here, guys. This is new for me this year, but my chatterbaits, swim jigs, then I have my spinner baits and buzz baits. I'm trying this out this year. I'm going to keep these here in these worm binders. This is from Bass Pro Shops. It has a nice hard shell on the outside here. Very durable. It won't bend in real heavy, like real hard. If you stack some stuff on top of it or anything falls on it, it won't really crush your baits. So I like that. But it took having two 3600 size boxes, and I condensed it all down to one worm binder. So this is all my chatterbaits, my swim jigs, and my jigs. So we got some 1/2 ounce chatterbaits here, some 3/8 ounce chatterbaits, and I got my swim jigs, football head jigs. We got some finesse football, some very finesse from Keitech mono spins, some Z-Man, little Z-Man jigs. Then I got some hair jigs, stuff like that. So on and so forth, guys. You can do it however you want. But I'm really liking these worm binders. And like I said, I do the same thing for my spinner baits, my buzz baits. Alright, guys, moving on. All my hard baits I keep in these Plano waterproof boxes. This is a smaller 3600 size. This one I keep my blade baits and my jigging spoons in. Those guys. I'll give somebody a little shout out here. My buddy Nick Canestra here, up here in Northeast PA. If you look him up on Facebook, guys, he makes some awesome blade baits. I mean, like I carry my standard colors here. Your silvers, your golds. And I'll carry a few other like various colors with some red and some chartreuse, some all chartreuse, stuff like that. But guys, he makes an awesome little blade bait. This is a 1/2 ounce gold. Very nice hardware, mustad hooks, some nice O-rings. Very nice blade baits, guys. Look him up. Nick Canestra does a very nice job. Moving on, like I said, I keep my... This is actually a box I just changed. Got to take it off. This is no longer my medium crankbait box. This is now my new way of storing my Alabama rigs. I don't have any right now because I just lost 2 the last couple weeks. So I do need to get a couple new A-rigs. But this is my new way of storing them. Before, I really didn't have a way. I kind of just threw them in the boat and just tied them on when I needed them. But now, I took this 3600 size Plano, and I'm going to take these dividers out here in the middle. What I'm going to do is here we have a little umbrella rig, and all I do is I take those back 4 quick connects there, and I'll just kind of clip them together. That way that doesn't spring out all over the place. Then you just place it here, and keeps it pretty organized and in good shape. So that's gonna be my new solution to my A-rigs. Then, you know, standard like everything else here. Top waters. Got square bills. Jerk baits. Traps. Medium and deep cranks. You know, guys, don't really have to show you everything there. You gotta get the gist of it. Alright, so guys, moving on from there, we'll go to terminal tackle. Terminal tackle, I have one of these little double-sided planos, just has some trebles in it, some O-rings just in case I need to change some hooks out on the water. I usually try to change them in the garage here, like after each time out. If I know I have a bait that needs hooks changed, I'll try to do it here. That way I don't have to worry about that on the water, but you never know when you're going to need to. So always carry a little box of trebles and some O-rings, or sorry, not O-rings, but some, I'm blanking on them, swivel, or yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, moving on to terminal tackle. This is new for me this year. I decided to go with these Plano 3600, or Flambeau 3600 waterproof boxes. I used to keep them in one big Plano 3700 size deep box and had everything in there in certain bags. But I just found it was too much of a pain to try to take them out of the bag, do this, do that, and this seems to be a lot easier. This is all my jig heads. So this is going to be all the jig heads I use, from my Ned heads to some little wacky rig hooks, some little finesse weed guard football head hooks, some stand-up football heads, wobble heads, shaky heads, tube heads. Then I have all my swim bait heads here. I got some scroungers, some screw locks, some dirty jigs, swim bait heads, some Z-Man swim bait heads, some underspins. Everything you'll need for a day on the water. And moving on here. So I have 3 of them. I have one for all my jig heads, and then I'll have one for, this is my Texas rig and Carolina rig box. So in here I will have all my Texas rig hooks. And a little trick, guys, with my Texas rig hooks, what I do is I order these bags here off Amazon, and they're like a nice thick plastic. And what I'll do is I'll take probably 4 or 5 packs of my hooks and I'll combine them all into one. That way, you know what I mean, it makes it a lot easier. You have a lot more hooks, you never have to worry about running out, and they're in that nice thick packaging, and I really like it. So I have everything from my standard round bend offset hooks to some flipping hooks, straight shanks, stuff like that. And then here I also have some trailer hooks, some bobber stoppers, my weights, some Carolina rig weights, beads, all that kind of stuff. Don't mind the mower in the background, sorry guys. It's kind of middle of the day here, so everybody's out mowing the grass. Then last but not least, we have the Drop Shot Wacky Box. And like we said, same deal here. I take all my hooks out and put them in these little 4mm bags. Buy them off Amazon. You can get like 1,000 count for like $12. And it's a great way to kind of keep your tackle a little extra protected. So I have all my wacky hooks. These are weedless wacky. Then we got some Drop Shot, some more weedless wacky, some regular wacky. Then I'll have all my Drop Shot weights, some wacky rig O-rings, and some nail weights. Alright guys, and then moving on, the last thing here I want to go over is, well actually second to last here, is I always keep this little basket here on the boat handy. This will go, I'll show you when we get out there, but this will go in my center compartment with all my tackle. This just kind of has everything I need for the day, for like scents. I'll keep my spools of leader line, little towel, scale, dips, dies, super glue, little headlamp, my wacky rig tool, stuff like that. Some miscellaneous stuff you're gonna need all day long on the boat. All right, guys. And last but not least, like I said, I bring everything in after every trip out. And like I said, I bring my rods in. Always keep my rods and rod sleeves. And then what I do is I get these reel covers. These are Tackle Warehouse reel covers. Very nice, easy to put on. Protects your reels. Rod sleeve protects your rods. Keeps them nice and organized in the rod box. They don't get tangled up, bang around, that kind of stuff. So. Alright guys, that's the main gist here of the garage. Now we're going to move out to the boat. We're going to show you how we organize everything in the boat and how I keep it ready for a full day of fishing. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, we did the whole garage overview and how we store the tackle in there. Now we are outside. We are in the boat and I'm going to go over how I store my tackle in the boat and I prepare for a day on the water. So here we go guys. I have a Nitro Z19 and there's a lot of storage for a 19-foot boat. Of course, I want more, but I think I have it pretty well managed and very well organized for the size of or the amount of storage that we have. So what I do is in the center compartment, I keep the majority of tackle I'm using for that day. As you can see here, I have all my 3600 size boxes down the center, and then I have my 3700 size boxes here with all my hard baits. On the side here I have my terminal tackle with my little box here of split rings and extra treble hooks, pliers, scissors, some more pliers, then my basket of miscellaneous stuff, scents, dyes, scale, leader line, stuff like that. And then over here in this right rod box I have my Rubbermaids with my Z-Mans, swim baits and goats, the TRDs, flipping baits, stuff like that. Over here is where I'm going to keep my baits that I want to have in the boat but may not be using every day. So like I said, I'm going to tell you how I go about organizing that for the day that I'm going to be fishing. So I want to be going into that rod box as least as possible, because for me to go in there I usually have to move rods, and I don't like doing that. It's just a pain in the butt to go in that rod locker all day long, move rods, throw them over the side, move them to this side, yada yada yada. I like to keep all my baits, stuff I'm using, in the center box. So what I will do, like I said, over here I have my swim baits, my Kitex, like my bulk plastics. So in the center box I have these 3600 size boxes, and they're mostly the stuff that I do use all day. Like I'll keep my Senkos, my 5-inch and 4-inch Senkos, all the colors that I use, my black and blue, green pumpkin, stuff like that. Brush hogs, my Chili Willies, crawls, swing impacts, flipping baits, my tubes, flukes. We went all over that in the garage, but I keep those here in the center. But like I said, for my Z-Mans, I do use Z-Man a lot. There's a few things I'll do. Say like if I'm in my boat here and I know I'm going to be using a lot of TRDs, swim baits, stuff like that, I will take out the ones that I'm going to use that day, especially if I'm fishing a body of water I know very well. And I'm sorry guys, I don't know if this sun glare is affecting you as much as me. I can't really tell, but we're just kind of dealing with what we have here because don't really have any other option. Can't turn the boat around and can't turn the sun around, so doing the best we can. But like I said, I have these Z-Man binders. So I will go in here, say I want TRDs. I'm gonna go in here and I got a whole box of Z-Man TRDs. And I don't need all these at once, I don't. So what I do is I combine packs. So black and blue TRDs. I'll combine 2 packs into one. That way I throw 1 pack in here, grab that green pumpkin. Those are my 2 main colors I'm going to be throwing that day. And then move on so and so. If I want some Tickler Z's, grab packets of Tickler Z's. If I want the Bug Z, I'll grab a pack of Bug Z's. If I want the goat, I'll grab packs of goats. So, guys, that is what I do with my Z-Man plastics. Now, sometimes instead of using these, I usually just take an extra Rubbermaid with me, and I'll keep this in the boat, and I'll use this as a day box. So if I'm fishing a place where I'm going to be using my Z-Man swim baits, TRDs, it's pre-spawn, they're hitting pretty much everything. There's fish actively feeding it swim baits. There's fish stuck to the bottom eating the drop shot. They're eating a TRD. You know, they want a wacky worm Senko. They want the whole shebang. So on those days, or if say I'm going to visit or fish a tournament in someone else's boat, what I'll do is I'll take this Rubbermaid and I'll take the plastics I think I'll need. And what I'll do is I'll keep that box right here. That way, during the tournament, I'm not going into this box. I'm just taking whatever I need out of here, putting it in here, and that's what I'll use for the day. And then at the end of the day when I come home, I'll take this box out, I'll put them back in there in their original boxes, put everything back in the garage, go through, make sure everything's stocked, and then I can see what I do need to order, and then I reorder. So that's kind of my method of going about things. What else was I gonna touch on here? Also, so I also fish Lake Champlain quite a lot. So in September when I go to Champlain, 95% of the time I'm going to be drop shotting in 30 feet of water. So I'm not going to need my TRDs. I'm not going to need half the stuff in here. So all I'm going to do is keep this the same, and I'm going to go in here, I'm going to grab my drop shot box, and I will have all the drop shots I need. These are all my favorite drop shots. I have some Gajo drop shot baits, some Spear Chads, Yamamoto shad-shaped worm. You got your Maxent flatworms and flat-nosed minnows, some gulp minnows, and then I have some generic 3-inch worms, wacky Senkos that I'll throw for my wacky worms, or for drop shot wacky. So if I'm going to fish drop shot, I just grab this box, put it in the center. If I know I'm going to be flipping all day, I'm going to grab my flipping box that has all my beavers. It has all my crawls, my flipping baits, and creature baits. So yeah, guys, that's how we organize the boat. You know, keep it simple. Try to make yourself as efficient as possible in the water without having to dig through your boat to get things. So I hope this helps you guys out in how you organize your boats. But this is how I do it, and it works pretty good. So appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and we'll see you guys next time on the Bass and Bros. Peace out.